Hi guys, welcome back to my channel Reddit Raisins. Today's video is on r/am I the bad hole. Before we start, please like and subscribe if you enjoy my content. I also have added some of my views on this topic. Let's continue with this video. AITA for being mad about being called a Karen. So I've been feeling terrible lately. Severe heartburn that feels like I'm burping acid, nausea that lasts all day, lower back pain, headaches, etc. Before you ask, no, I'm not pregnant. This has been going on for about a week. Can't get in to see the doctor till next week, but they think I have an ulcer, so they sent in nausea meds and something for the heartburn to help until I can get checked out. My husband volunteered to go get it, for which I'm grateful. He gets there, and they tell him they are out of the medicine. The girl does a search on the computer to find the closest pharmacy that has the meds in stock. Apparently it says they have it, so she does some computer magic and gets the script filled. I'm getting text updates while all this is going on. First it says your script pantoprazole is being processed, then it says your script for pantoprazole is out of stock and being ordered, then it says your script for Pravachol has been filled. So when my husband gets home I check the medication. Sure enough, wrong medicine. I say something and hubby tells me to just take it as it's what was prescribed. I tell him it's wrong. So I call pharmacy and they have no clue how it happened. I ask if the two are the same. Nope, not even close. I call the doctor back and ask for them to resend the correct medicine. Out of curiosity I ask about what I was given vs what I should have gotten. Long story short, if I had taken the medicine I would most likely have ended up in the ER due to known interactions with other meds I take. I get off the phone and hubby asks if I'm done being a Karen, yet I tried to explain to him why I was upset, and he just rolled his eyes and said whatever Karen. I got pissed and ended up yelling at him. He gets mad about that and says I should have known he was joking and calls me a dick. He says stuff like this all the time and calls me a hypochondriac among other things. Most conversations tend to end up with it all being my fault for not being able to take a joke. Am I a Karen? Edit. I actually happy/relieved cried reading some of your comments. I'm glad to know I'm not a total or a Karen, but it's made me realize that we probably need therapy. I'm gonna get on that first thing in the morning. Thank you. Okay, so after reading through this post, I have come to a conclusion that Op is not the bad hole here. Firstly, she is sick and thankfully her husband was able to help me collect her meds. I believe nothing is wrong here and all is well. But what the husband said after OP called the pharmacy was totally unnecessary. He made it seem like she was the the bad legonizer when in fact she was the victim. I think as her husband, his first reaction should have been shocked or worried, and not a okay Karen. This just shows how much he really values her. But funnily enough, this is the first time where a Karen was not at fault. But jokes aside, I believe Op should consider having a talk with her husband sometime soon. Now let's look at the comments. Not the bad hole. Pharmacist here. You have every right to question your medications, and just as well that you did. I hope the pharmacist apologized profusely for this error. Unfortunately we are not immune to making them, but that doesn't mean it should happen. Your husband doesn't seem to know what a Karen is. Exactly. It was a godsend that Op was able to get the text alerts about the meds like she did. That her husband is so nonchalant about the whole situation is very worrisome and dangerous. So, why are you with this guy? NTA. We're married with 2 kids. This behavior started a couple years ago and has only gotten worse. I'm at the point where I DK if I'm too sensitive or if he's really just an ass. Everyone loves him, so I DK. Just because everyone else loves him doesn't mean he's treating you right. It's easy to put on a front for others and be a jerk to your partner at home. Don't let that be an excuse for him. That was so rude of him. To my understanding, Karens are obnoxiously rude to people who are helping. You were in no way a Karen. Medication is not something to be ducked with. You have every right to cannot the bad like the doctor to make sure you're taking the right one, especially if the name of the medication you're prescribed is different from the one you were given. Not the bad hole. If he had 2 friends and he treated one friend really well, but treated the other friend with contempt, do you think both friends would have the same opinion of him? It doesn't matter how he acts with other people. They are not you. It matters how he treats you. Try to fix things with him if you want. Set boundaries about how he can treat you. Enforce consequences if he stomps through those boundaries. And if he doesn't change, make your decisions about what to do next. It may be helpful to read the archives on Captain Awkward's site. She gives great advice to people who are struggling to set boundaries with unreasonable people. Not the bad hole, and not a Karen. I would also be concerned if your husband can't comprehend/differentiate prescription medicine. Today was for you. Tomorrow could be for your children. Also, I hope the pharmacist apologized profusely. Mix-ups with medication can be fatal. In Colombia, at the beginning of this year, a mother accident at the Badalali killed her 2 sons, 7 and 10, because she didn't check the bottle of the medicine in the pharmacy. The pharmacist gave her tramadol, an opioid, instead of albendazole, an antiparasitic drug. The bottles were very similar and the doses was a bottle for each kid. So it's completely fine and your responsibility to double or triple check the drugs you're taking. Ooh, not the bad hole. Your husband is seriously misusing the term. If anyone is interested, Karen is a term invented by black women for white women who use their systemic power to mistreat black people. Think that woman who called the cops on a family of black people who were having a barbecue in a place where they were 100% allowed to be having a barbecue. Or the white student who called the cops on a black student for sleeping in the dorm common room. It does not mean a woman who calls her pharmacy and doctor to make sure the drugs she has are the ones she's supposed to take. Good grief. He should be apologizing for advising you to take mystery meds. That is not at all what Karen is used for. Karen is used for people who demand to speak to the manager over small issues and mistreat minimum wage workers. Yes. That fits the description the commenter above you gave. Not the bad hole and holy shit. What the duck? Your husband told you to just take the medicine they gave you, even though they had different names. My wife and I have taken our fair share of prescription medications over the years we've been together. We are both sickly children, I guess, and I cannot imagine either of us being so blasé over something like that. That's a big red flag. Really messed up, and I'm sorry he treated you like that. Any chance your husband took out an insurance policy on your life? Cuss, that's one hell of a dangerous mistake he's wanting you to literally swallow. Not the bad hole. You are the bad hole. If you're on Reddit, you should know that being called a Karen is a joke, especially in your situation. But TBH, the term Karen is starting to take the route that the term simp took. This is literally my first time on Reddit. I came here for some anonymous outside perspectives because I honestly didn't know if I was overreacting to his comments and attitude, though I can see your point. So after looking through these comments, we came across a comment which says that is the bad hole. First and foremost, I believe no one ever needs to justify why they want to stay alive. Her husband by commenting in such as nonchalant manner is terrible enough, and yes, it's true that the word Karen is indeed used as jokes sometimes, but this was a matter of life and death. I'm pretty nobody wants to joke about something like this. Thank you for watching, I hope you have enjoyed, and please like and subscribe to enjoy more content from me. See you tomorrow, take care and stay safe.